All right, in this episode, we're going to talk about the offer ladder. Now, the offer ladder might be a new term for some of you, so we're going to cover what it is first, then we'll go through the details. An offer ladder is basically a way for you to structure your offerings or your value in a way that makes it easy for the customer to do business with you over a long period of time. So what you want to do is figure out what's the easiest way for a customer to start doing business with you, and then build from there. Now, a lot of us see this already in our lives, and a lot of companies do it. We just aren't aware that it's called an offer ladder. The simplest way to see it is when you go shopping for a car. So when you go to the car dealership and you're looking at cars, they have the base model. And so you finally come to terms that you're going to buy the base model, and then they say, hey, what about leather and the options? So you get the leather and the options, and then you go to the sales table and they start asking you, hey, do you want the maintenance warranty? Do you want the monthly maintenance retainer? And they have all these add-ons, and before you know it, you're $5,000 to $10,000 further into the purchase than you ever anticipated, right? And it's because they have an offer ladder. Had they just walked out there and greeted you on the lot and said, hey, this car is actually $50,000, not $30,000, you probably would have never considered buying it. So if you're B2B, you can do the same thing. So let's just take, for example, you're a financial planner, and I'm not familiar with the pricing of a financial planner, so I'm just gonna make some pricing up. So let's say that for your customers, you'll do a $100 audit of their current financial statements. So you'll look at their taxes, you'll look at their portfolio, and you'll just give them some recommendations based on what you find in the audit. And that's $100 for you to do that. Nothing too steep, really easy to do. It's $100. If they don't like you, they can go the other way. Now, after this audit, if they like what you say, you'll actually put together a plan for them. You'll show them what they need to do, and that costs $500. So not a big deal, $500. You'll put the plan together. Now they've got the plan. They can either implement it on their own, or they can have you as a professional implement it for them. So for you to implement it, it's $1,500. No big deal. It's quite a large portfolio, so might as well pay somebody who knows what they're doing to actually implement it. Now, once it's implemented, it actually needs to be managed. So each month you need to charge a management fee if they'd like for you to manage it, and we'll just say that's $200 per month. So after one full year, they've spent $4,500 with you to help them put together a plan, implement the plan, and manage it and make sure it's on the right track. Now, had you have approached that customer and said, hey, to work with me, it's $4,500, and I'll manage your financial portfolio, they're hearing $4,500. It's kind of a big ticket. They're not really ready to commit to that just yet. They haven't worked with you. So by breaking up your services into smaller bite-sized pieces and allowing them to work their way up that ladder, allows you to build rapport together. They get to build trust with you, and ultimately it builds a long-term relationship versus you ultimately potentially losing them right out of the gate just because the price point sounded too high and they just weren't real sure what the value was they were going to get out of it. So take a look at your business, take a look at your offerings, and see if there's a way you can build an offer ladder. Is there a way you can make it for your customers easier to start working with you and work their way up to basically being a long-term client of yours?